5 things that will significantly improve your photography, or 7 things that I wish I knew when I started out in photography, are things you see quite often from photographers that want you to click on their link or buy another masterclass. But will watching this actually make you a better photographer? First of all, let me tell you this. If you do not understand the 3 pillars of photography, being speed, aperture, and ISO, light sensitivity, you don't need to watch anything. You know, if you don't understand that, watching anything else that is based on that will be a complete waste of time. With this, I'm not saying that all videos posted on YouTube or masterclasses are worthless. Of course not. I do my videos where I show you what I like to shoot and teach you how I shoot it. Some people's videos are very insightful and good, but it won't exactly make you a better photographer. Going out and shoot will. I sometimes like to compare learning photography with sports, you know, getting good at sport. I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and well, I used to do Brazilian now I do it when I'm not touring, which is not that often actually. But I found there were 2 kind of people that practice Jiu-Jitsu, practitioners, 2 kind of practitioners that practice Jiu-Jitsu. The ones who took time to learn the basics. They learn the basic, then they drill it again and again and again and again and again, week after week, until it became part of their body mechanic and they really didn't need to think about it. When the moment came, the body just knows what to do. These people generally became very good in Jiu-Jitsu. And then there was these other type of guys that were kind of too good for that. So basically what they did, they learned more or less from watching some YouTube videos, and then they came to practice, and not really to practice, more to roll, to fight, and try out their new skills. These guys, they very often became great beginners, but they did not master the skill because they were always lacking the basics, the fundamentals. The only thing that will make you a better photographer is time on the mat, as we like to call it in fighting. It's time spent shooting. So if you don't know the basics, being aperture, speed, ISO, you have to dive into it. You have to understand it. You have to understand why you want this aperture. You have to understand how one thing affects the other. And if you understand that, a lot of other questions you might have about photography, it kind of solves themselves, you know, because this is everything. And when you understand that, then there's time to get additional information from videos and stuff like that. And do it like, watch it, write down what you take from it, and then go out and try it, and again and again and again, until it becomes part of your arsenal. Because there are some really good people, good photographer, knowledgeable people that are giving away free advice on YouTube and more places, and it's just there for the taking. You just have to take advantage of it. But it is so important to have that foundation, so you have something to build on. photography, and especially landscape photography, it is fairly easy. There's not that much you need to know. Anybody basically can become proficient in landscape photography, but very few people become amazing in photography because they will never put in the time. But don't get me wrong, everybody, even bad photographers, can get amazing shots, world-class photos, but it's not about that. It's about getting those amazing shots every time you want to do it. It's not based on amazing conditions or the location or whatever. You can always do it. You know, put yourself in. You know, if you, for example, working for a magazine, you're a photographer for a magazine, and the editor sends you out to do something, to shoot, and once in a while you bring back amazing stuff. But the other times it's just, nah, it's average. The editor is not gonna like that. You know, he wants amazing stuff every single time, and you have to know how to do that. Photography and editing, I find that 80-20% rules fits very nicely. To be 80% in either photography or editing is easy, relatively easy. But those damn 20%, these tiny camera adjustments, getting a little closer or include this or exclude, this is a feeling. This can't really be taught. This is a feeling you only get after spending a lot of time shooting and editing. These, micro adjustment, changing the little bit the tone of the colors in the shadows or whatever. Series of micro adjustments that take your photo from good to amazing. And like I said, this cannot be taught. It's called growing and can only be achieved with time and effort. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.